The biggest flaw in human nature is the habit of giving others the final authority to judge oneself. Why are you reserved before drinking but sociable after? Because alcohol numbs your brain, temporarily freeing you from worrying about others' opinions and judgments. Simply put, when you're sober, you're intelligent but timid. When you're drunk, you're foolish but brave. And in life, a brave fool often has more opportunities than a smart coward. What I mean is, don't give others the power to define your worth. Be confident in yourself, and don't let external opinions determine your value. Every day, you worry about how others perceive you. Every day, you are scrutinized through their eyes. Have you ever asked yourself, if you don't feel stressed, who will? If you don't worry, who will do it for you? Many psychological issues stem from these very thoughts. Nowadays, many people practice meditation and claim that it helps eliminate distracting thoughts. If you have ever meditated, you know that it trains you to focus your awareness on your body and clear your mind of distractions. However, meditation is only a temporary method. It helps center your mind for a short time. But once the meditation ends, your brain's old habits and instincts return. You still give others the power to judge you and continue living under the stress of their gaze. Why is that? Because our brains are outdated. We are using a primitive brain to handle modern problems. Humans are social animals. Throughout evolution, we were forced to live in groups. Without the protection of a group, ancient humans wouldn't have survived even a single night. That's why we had to care about how the group perceived us. We couldn't afford to do anything that the group disapproved of, or we would risk being cast out, facing a serious threat to our survival. Therefore, our genes have been imprinted with a herd-following tendency. This makes most of us highly concerned about how others perceive and judge us. However, you need to understand that the modern environment has changed, and this tendency can be exploited by others. In the book Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience, there's a statement that in a complex society, human emotions are pulled in two directions. On one hand, authorities try to create individuals who work tirelessly, save money, and fall into debt. On the other hand, advertising companies continuously market products to make us spend our hard-earned money on things that generate profit for them. The tendency to follow the crowd and the human traits you develop, the deeply embedded source code in your very being, are vulnerabilities that others can exploit. These are the bolded words in marketing books, the strategies that modern society uses to manipulate you. We have handed over control to society, allowing our primitive desires, such as eating, entertainment, and pleasure, to take the lead. This is a state of indulgence, a situation even more terrifying than being controlled by conventional social norms. Previously, I wrote about the example of the Skinner box, where B.F. Skinner placed a rat inside a box. Every time the rat pressed a button, it received food, causing it to keep pressing the button repeatedly. Most people in our society are just like that. So long as they can make money, they will work relentlessly, their actions blindly controlled, no different from how Skinner manipulated his rat. According to Freud's theory, our primal desires belong to the id, while social happiness aligns with the superego. You can pause here and read more about psychoanalytic theory. Freud stated that the id and superego are two tyrants fighting for control over the human soul. The id is a slave to human genetics, driven by instinctual urges. The superego is an ally of society, enforcing rules and moral expectations. We must reclaim the right to judge ourselves. I am the final evaluator of my own worth. I am the one who makes the ultimate decisions for myself. I have the right to persist in my own actions, thoughts, and emotions, and to assess all consequences that arise. I will take full responsibility for my own actions. In other words, all of your actions should be, and must only be, controlled by your own personal consciousness, independent of anyone else. If you fail to do this, you will automatically surrender your individuality and self-respect, abandon responsibility for your own life, and in the end, become nothing more than a puppet for others to control.